Hey friend, today we're diving into a topic that sounds ancient, but is actually everywhere around us: idolatry. And no, I don't mean statues with gold paint and dramatic music playing in the background. I'm talking about the quiet things that steal our hearts. But let's start where God started. God said in Exodus 20, "Thou shalt have no other gods before me." It's the very first commandment. Not because God is insecure, but because he knows how easily our hearts drift. Then the New Testament echoes it in a different way. Love not the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. Why? Because whatever captures your love eventually captures your life. And let's be honest, we're living in a time where everything is competing for our attention. Notifications, advertisements, influencers, ambition, possessions, and yes, even the good things. Family, career, dreams. Nothing is safe from becoming an idol if it rises above God in our hearts. Most of us think idolatry means bowing down to a statue. Like Israel dancing around the golden calf. Literally replacing the God who parted the Red Sea with something they made in one afternoon. We read that and think, wow, they were wild. But we do it too, just differently. Our idols don't always have names. Sometimes they have screens. Sometimes they have a salary. Sometimes they look like relationships, titles, comfort, luxury, or even our own plans. Idolatry isn't always carved by hands. Sometimes it's carved in the heart. When something becomes what we trust more, love more, think about more, run to first, or fear losing the most, it's quietly taken God's seat. And Jesus didn't mince words about this. He said, "You cannot serve God and mammon." In other words, whatever sits on the throne of your heart will rule your life. And God? He refuses to share that throne. Not because he's harsh, but because he knows nothing else can carry the weight of your soul. Nothing else can love you like he does. Nothing else can hold you steady. Nothing else can save. But here's the hopeful part. We're not expected to resist the world with willpower alone. We have the Holy Spirit, the whisper that redirects us, the strength that pulls us back, the awareness that says, "Careful, your heart is drifting. Come back, place me first again." Idolatry loses its power when God becomes the center. When we stop trying to balance 1,000 loves and commit to one. When we surrender not out of fear, but out of trust. So here's the heart of today's message. Idolatry is anything that becomes more important than God. And freedom begins the moment we recognize it and return. We're not called to perfection. We're called back to alignment. Back to a heart that says, "Lord, you first, everything else second." And friend, when God is first, everything else finally finds its place.